are you?
I'm doing great. What is your name?
My name is Crystal. What's your name?
My name is Cha. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
America. Wow, that's great. I'm from Vietnam.
Vietnam, okay.
Have you ever heard of Vietnam?
I have heard of Vietnam. I've heard it's a beautiful place.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay, so,
So what part of Vietnam do you?
can you repeat for me?
I said, what part of Vietnam do you live in?
Uh, I live in Thanh. It's a big city near the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi, and Thanh is the north.
Okay, good. In America, I live in Wisconsin, which is a state all the way in the north part, very close to Canada.
Yes, that's great.
Except in winter, it's very cold there.
Yes. Okay,
So,
so
can you tell me, do you have any questions about Cambly? It looks like you're new to Cambly.
okay, so yeah, so today I have some questions to ask you. I want to have an interesting conversation with you. Can you help me?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so I want. Okay, so it's my first time I'm using Cambly, so I'm very nervous and also exciting to talk with you. I want to learn more about English and pronunciation and some topic. Okay, so can I ask you some questions?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay, so do you have any hobbies?
I do. I like to travel, and
Oh,
I like to read, and draw, and paint, and cook.
yes, me too. Yes, I really love to travel around the world, but right now I don't have a lot of money to travel. So yeah, but but I think when I grow up, I like to travel to America. Yes.
Where in America would you like to go?
I think that the first time when I travel to America, I want to be in Washington D.C.
Washington, D.C.? Okay. It's an interesting place, actually. I've never been there.
Yes, uh, and and I heard that in America, in America there are a lot famous food and famous part like Washington D.C., Los Angeles, New York, and California. And I think yes, that's great when I travel to America.
Hmm. Yeah, America is so big that it does have many places that are famous in different parts of the country. In the east, there's New York, and there's Washington D.C., and then Miami, Florida, farther to the southeast. That's a famous place too. And then there's a few places kind of in the center that are a little bit famous, but not too much. Like the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is in the middle of the United States. And
Yes,
And there's a couple other places that are a little bit famous. But then on the West Coast, there's California, there's Los Angeles, there's Seattle.
Yes. Okay, so can you describe your hometown?
My hometown? Okay, it's pretty boring actually. Well, I mentioned I'm from Wisconsin, which is in the north. So a lot of the states in the north, they don't have a lot of people. There's people who live there, but it's not densely populated like somewhere like Los Angeles is. There's not a lot of people in the cities, so it's not like super crowded. It's pretty wide open spaces a lot of places, which means we have a lot of room for farms. So we have a lot of farms in Wisconsin, a lot of dairy farms. So there's lots and lots of cows everywhere.
Yes.
Yes, there's some places in Wisconsin, some small towns in Wisconsin where the cow population is higher than the human population. There's more cows than people some places.
Yes, that's great. Nice.
It's kind of boring though. Like if you want things to do or things to see, there's not a lot of that in Wisconsin. I mean, there's
Yeah.
in the far north of the state. There's a lot of forest, so it's nice to go hiking and things like that in the forest. You go camping in the far north part of the state. There's that. That's fun to do. But other than that, there's not a lot to do in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is known for two things mostly. Uh, cold weather and lots of snow in the winter. Because it's so far north, we get a lot of cold weather and snow in the winter. And the other thing is cheese. Wisconsin is known for cheese because there's so many dairy farms and cows. We have a lot of cheese.
Wow. Yes. Yes. And
What about where you Can you describe where you're from?
my hometown, I think it's hard to say it in English, but I'm very, very proud of my city and miss it when I'm not there. And as you may know, my hometown, Taiyuan, is a big city near Hanoi. And okay, so in there we grow many tea. Yes, and also we have cafes and park where I like to hang out with my friends in the evening. I think it's so beautiful.
That sounds really nice.
Yes.
So what kinds of things do you do when you hang out with your friends in the evening at the cafes?
Mm, yes, my hometown in the evening is very, very beautiful. Mm, I like to eating with my friends in a restaurant, and yes, and I can do my homework with my friends. Yes, and I think that's great, nice.
If you can hang out with your friends and do homework, that's that's very productive. That's very useful.
Yes.
So how old are you and what grade are you in?
Right now I'm 30. I'm in grade 7.
Okay, so you've got plenty of time to hang out with your friends left.
Yes.
You have to start as an adult.
Yes, but not too much.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I don't know in Vietnam what age you're considered an adult and you have to start doing adult things. But in America, it's around 18, 19. You're kind of considered an adult, but not really expected to totally be an adult.
Yes.
Yeah, you get at least a few readings. But when you are kind of counting on time to go slower, it goes fast. So there's that too. Okay, so you want to see Washington D.C.
Yes.
What is there anything specific there you want to see, like a historical thing or anything like that?
Mm, in the Washington D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
the things very very famous is White House. White House.
The White House. Okay.
Yes. And I want to see the White House. White House.
Do you want to see Donald Trump?
Yes, maybe.
Really?
Yes, maybe.
You like
Yes.
Donald Trump? Most Americans do not like him. I don't like him, but I don't have anything against someone if they like him for a good reason.
Yes, and in America,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I think there are a lot. There are a lot famous college like Harvard, Cambridge, and yes, and when I was small, my dream is I want to attend like attend to the Harvard.
You want to
Yes,
go
I
to
want to
Harvard?
study English at there.
Well, if you work really, really hard in school and get really good grades, and you have to kind of do other things to prove that you're a good person all around to really get into some of the better colleges in the U.S. Like you have to be really good academically as well as socially. Like you have to be involved in like clubs and sports and things like that outside of just classes. And they want you to be like into doing like charity work and community work, things like that as well. So if you do things like that, that really will look good for a college application.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I have some basic questions for you. Okay, so let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
Um, what is your favorite food?
Hmm. Does it have to be like a food like a meal, or just anything?
Uh, you can share with me about the culinary background of American of America.
Well, actually, America doesn't really have a culinary background. All the foods that are really eaten in America came from somewhere else because most of the people in America came from somewhere else originally. Like in America, you can see on the same street, you can see an Italian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, a Korean restaurant, an Indian restaurant, and
Yeah.
a Mexican restaurant. Like all these places, and you probably will see all of those on some streets in America. But these are all like these are the things that Americans like to eat. They like to eat like international foods. There are some foods that are thought of as being American foods that are common things that Americans make in their homes, but they're really not originally American. Like a lot of Americans eat spaghetti for dinner often, but that's really not American. It's Italian. A lot of Americans eat pizza, also Italian. Hamburgers. The world thinks of hamburgers as American food, but I believe they're originally German, actually.
What about the sandwich?
Sandwich? Depends on the kind of sandwich.
Um, I love sandwich. I like because when I was smart, I eat very much sandwich. Sandwich, so it's very yummy.
What do you put on your sandwich?
Um, I like to eat chicken sandwich.
Chicken?
Yes.
I'm not really sure. Sandwiches, sandwiches in general, I don't think are actually American because I think I'm not sure where they come from, but I don't think they're originally American. I know a lot of sandwiches, like the famous ones, are they're originally Italian. Like if you go to New York and you go to like a famous sandwich place in New York, a lot of the sandwiches there have like salami or pastrami or prosciutto, things like that. So those are all Italian meats. So I believe the Italians kind of invented sandwiches.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think sandwiches are originally Italian too. A lot of our good foods in America are originally Italian, I think.
Yes.
But the thing is though, if you eat the Italian foods in America and compare them to Italian foods in Italy, you're going to see a big difference because the Italian foods in America have been adapted to American tastes, so they're very different. Americans use a lot more spices and seasonings than Italians do.
Yes.
I was actually kind of disappointed in Italian food because it didn't have spices in it. It was like, why does this just like taste like tomato? There's no spices in it.
Yes.
Although true Italian pizza in like Naples, Italy, it's pretty good.
Okay. So in Vietnam, I think pho is very famous because because a long time ago, pho very interesting and have many flavor. So yes, and nowadays pho also famous too. You know pho?
Can you spell it for me? I don't. Oh, okay. Like it's a noodle thing, right?
Have you ever tried pho?
I have not tried it. I've heard of it before, though. I've seen
Yes,
it advertised places.
yes, it's very delicious,
Oh,
and I think you will like it.
okay. Well, I will have to try it sometime when I see it again.
Yes. Okay, so our time is running out.
What?
Our time is running out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. Well, it was
Yeah.
really nice talking to you. I hope we can talk again soon.
Okay, so hope we can talk again in the future. And yes, and have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too.
Nice
Bye.
to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too. Bye.
Bye.